Welcome to another episode of the Beauty Podcast. I am your host, Glamrocs, and today I have a very special guest on here. Her name is Hillary, and all of you guys know some of her fabulous looks on IG on Berry Beat Beauty. Now, let me introduce you guys to her. But before I do that, let me just mention to you guys the reason why I started this podcast is to bring to you the tea and the happenings and the know-how on your favorite beauty influencer and your favorite South Florida entrepreneur. I'm well. How about you?
Good. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you, girl. I was about to say that really look good on you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I wanted to I mentioned to the guests, to our viewers earlier that the reason why I started the Behind the Beauty podcast is to bring the happenings, the know-how, and to interview some of their favorite beauty influencers and also entrepreneurs in South Florida. I've known you for a very long time.
Yes,
And
yes,
when
yes.
I saw this podcast, I said, girl, I got to get Hillary on here.
Thank you so much. And before you go any further, I'm just so proud of you just taking this leap and doing this. This is amazing, by the way, because we don't have we have a couple of podcasts, but I feel like we need more. We need more of a voice to kind of like showcase who we are, not just makeup, but us as a person. So I applaud you for doing this, and I know you're gonna go very, very far, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Hillary, because this has been in the makings for years. But I was going to do an interview style, and then the word podcast kept popping around. So I guess I was like, I guess it's a podcast. But I said, I'm going to do everything that I'm scared of doing 2023.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
So, Hillary, I would like
Yeah.
to introduce everyone to you as a makeup artist, but I know you're more than just a makeup artist. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
So, my name is Hillary Berry again, from Berry Beat Beauty. I created that over 8 years ago. I'm so happy. It's like my baby. I am a wife, I'm a mother of four. I'm a licensed esthetician. I still work a 9 to 5, so I am a paralegal. I own a candle business as well, where I make the candles myself from scratch. So I have a lot going on.
Okay. Well, that was a lot. And I want everyone to see that you can do multiple things. I mean, she's a full-time wife, she's a full-time mother, she's a full-time paralegal. Plus, she does makeup. She, does her own candle business. So, to every woman out there who feels that you have something that you like to do and you're afraid to turn it into business, you can turn it into a business. God has created women to be multifunctional and you can do it all.
Yes, most definitely.
So, I would like everyone to know, how did you come into the makeup business?
Oh, it's a funny story because I was pregnant with my youngest daughter, Dakota, who just turned 8. And I've always been into makeup from years before, even when I was in middle school. But specifically, when I was pregnant, at my baby shower, there was a girl who came to me. She attended my church at the time, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your makeup. Can you please do my makeup for prom?" And I'm telling you, that moment, I never even thought beforehand, I was going to do makeup. And I feel like God was speaking for me at that moment. It was like I was having like an outer body experience. And I immediately told her, I said, "Oh no, I'm going to start doing makeup. Of course I'll do your makeup." And I'm like, after I said it, I'm like, what did I just tell this girl?
Girl,
It was so crazy how it happened. Say that again.
wow. I said, you became a makeup artist once you answered her.
Yes. And I have never looked back since. So, and every time I see her, I tell her, I'm like, you're the reason why I started makeup, to be honest with you. She's like, "Oh my gosh." So it was a beautiful beginning, but you just never know who God places in your life at certain times just to give you a certain message to put you on the path that you're supposed to be on. So
Yes.
I'm just so grateful for her and for that moment. And that's how I started. That's how I started Berry Beat Beauty.
So I know as being a makeup artist, we have our highs and lows. Tell me when you was ever in a position where you thought about maybe this is not for me, maybe I should quit because it was a difficult client, or you just was in a season you were not getting bookings. Can you tell us a little bit more about a difficult time as being a makeup artist?
Well, I will say this. I never wanted to quit. I
Okay.
never once said to myself, Hillary, this is not for you. God told me this is for me. Every
Okay.
time a client sits in my chair and they just, you know, I do their face, you know, they feel better about themselves. It just further confirms this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, I have had plenty of times where, of course, we have our slow seasons. We have a couple of difficult clients every now and again.
Yeah.
I may get discouraged for the moment, but I kind of use that as fuel to say, okay, let me try to figure out something else. Let me
Yeah.
try a different avenue. Let me do something different to try to yield a different result. But I can honestly and truly say I never said I wanted to quit because I love makeup. I do.
That's so good because sometimes I did quit 1 year.
It's okay. It is okay.
Girl, my pastor called me. Is like, "Well, I don't see you posting." I'm like, "Oh, because I'm not a makeup artist no more." She was like, "Girl, you better open books." So, I was pretty, um, just starting out in makeup, and I had a difficult client, and that just threw me way off. But once I came back, I understand just like you, it was a gift that God gave me because, being a makeup artist, most of my clients have became good friends.
Yes. Yes.
We talk about everything. We're
Hmm.
emotional. I'm more of an encourager. So even
Yes.
one time you gonna leave, you're not gonna leave here the same way you walked in.
That's right. That is right.
I also want our viewers to know that as a mother and as a makeup artist, and you also running your own business, how do you set your schedule? How do you balance it all?
It's tough. It is tough. I try my best to make time every single day to dedicate towards my business, even if it's 10 minutes. Just because it's always so much going on in life, and sometimes life be lifing and things happen, you know,
Yes.
but you just got to push through and make time. I make the time. I remember sometimes when my daughter was like, my youngest daughter was a baby. And you know, when babies are babies, it's like sometimes they're up all night. So when they're
Yeah.
sleeping, that's
It's
when you're like, okay, let me go do this. So during that time, I said, okay, let me go and, you know, record a makeup look. Let me do a tutorial. Let me try to work on some things on my website. I always try to find the time somehow. Now, I will say this. Sometimes I'm all over the place. Sometimes I don't have like a set schedule just because my life is, I have so many moving
it's
parts.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I have so many moving parts. So I just basically get in where it fits in, but I always make sure that I put enough time into it just so that I can continue to grow. I can continue to fix things. I can continue to just be the best that I could be each and every day.
Do it all. I'm like, I do it tired, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
do it.
your
I do
eyes
it.
be like this, one eye open, still trying to
Tell
do
you,
something, you
we
know?
gotta keep on going. I
Yeah.
noticed too, also in the beauty industry, I'll say for the past 5 to 6 years, Black women has become more mainstreams on TikTok. Facebook, we was always on there because we always had our own like makeup
Community.
group.
Yeah, we
Some,
did.
but we always had our own makeup groups. And also I noticed on IG, we're now brands are more now sponsoring us
Mhm.
and bringing us out to the forefront to
Yeah.
say. What do you think the reason is now that they want to use us Black women in their campaigns?
Well, to be honest with you, they see how far the black dollar goes, especially in the hair industry. So I'm
Ooh.
gonna the hair industry on its own
Hmm.
has been, I think, a pivotal point for them to now branch off and say, you know what, let's do it in the makeup realm as well, makeup and skincare,
Hmm.
because black women, we spend 10 times as
Hookah.
more, you know, as
Then I
any other of our counterparts on
yes.
hair care. So, of course, these brands are seeing that. So, of course, they're going to want all of that revenue to come into the makeup realm, skincare realm. So, that's the reason why our dollar goes so far.
Absolutely. And I will tell any young woman that is out there, and if you're just doing lashes, if you're just doing nails, or even if you, I mean, makeup or just hair, you can do multiple things. You can have multiple streams of income as a
Yes,
beauty influencer.
yes,
I was afraid to talk to people face to face, and now I'm the most like friendliest. I talk to people everywhere I go. And one of the things that made me do that, allowed me to do that, is by other people telling me, girl, why don't you do this? Girl, why don't you do that? And I'm like, oh, I always thought about that, but I was a little scared about it because I always felt that it was a field or mainstream things for Caucasian people.
right. Which, I mean, honestly, you're right. It's been like that forever. So now that we are in the forefront, I mean, all that I can say is it's about time.
It's about time.
It's about time.
Girl, and I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for all of us as women of color to flourish and for us to get brand sponsorships and for us to be put out there as bringing even 80% of the beauty industry standards. We bring that baby.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Um, so, Hillary, let me ask you about your candle business. How did that come about?
So I started my candle business during the pandemic. And let me tell you, I started that because of makeup. And I'll say this. Every time my clients come in into my studio, I always have like I create this nice little vibe, because when I'm doing makeup, it's like I'm an artist. It's like I want things to be like a certain way. I want it to feel a certain way in my
Hmm.
studio so that I can just perform my best. So, I always have candles in here. I have, soft music playing. I don't really like to be like, of course I love my hip hop, my rap, my turn up music, but when it's time for makeup, I kind of like to slow it down, kind of, make everything like nice and mellow. And then also too, I think about like, most of my clients that come to me, they're going to an event. They're all, trying to get themselves together. They got people calling them. They're always in like,
Yeah.
some bit of a rush. So when they come here, I have that in mind, and I want to kind of calm their spirit so they could just calm down and relax and just be pampered. So when my clients come in, they're like, oh my gosh, like I love the atmosphere. Like it's so calm, it's so peaceful. Everybody says that. And they love how it smells. The candle smells so good. So in my mind, I'm like, maybe I should start making candles. And I started doing that during the pandemic, and it's been going pretty good. Now it's a lot. So I've been kind of like pausing on it, going back to it, because it's a lot of time that goes into actually making the candles, promoting it, and all of that. But that's basically how I started it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I definitely want all of our viewers to go ahead and support Hillary Berry's candle line. I want you guys to support her as a makeup artist. I just want you guys to know that she does amazing work. I have a group of makeup artists that I love their aesthetic, whether it be just like mine's or similar to mine's, that I send my clients to. And baby, if I am booked and busy, I send them over there to Hillary because I do know that she will knock out these glams. And every time that I've sent my clients to you, they came back telling me how they loved their look and how they loved your personality.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I love the experience that I have with everyone. It's not just you come in my chair, I'm taking your money and then you go. I love to, like, talk to them and just see, you know, who they are, what they're about.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people come and they just want to spill the beans and just vent. And then we become a therapist. We
They
give
need to say,
advice, all that. Yeah, so it's very intimate. Doing makeup is intimate. It's not just about, let me see how many people I could get. It's not that for me. I am a people person. I love to talk to people. I love to encourage people just like yourself. Because a lot of times when women do come, I'm sure that you can attest to this too. When they come in, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't like my skin. I have all these blemishes." You kind of see their
yeah,
insecurities as soon as they sit down. So
yes,
when I see that and I feel that, it's like God moves through me, and I'm like, "No, you're beautiful just the way you are. All I'm
exactly.
doing is just bringing out your beauty to the best of
And
its capabilities, but you're already beautiful." So that's why I love what I do. Just allowing God to move through me and to encourage each woman so that they can be the best that they can be when they walk out into that world.
me also, I love making women feel beautiful. I love highlighting. Like sometimes I have some clients, as makeup artists that have a lot of lid space. I'm like, girl, you're a makeup artist. You
Yes. Yes.
ones with the perfect lips, the ones like me with hyperpigmentation, and when I match them, they're like, "What did you just do?" I said, "I used two colors. I used two
Mm-hmm.
colors." This is one of the other reasons that I ended up in makeup is trying to fix my hyperpigmentation. And they're like,
Yeah.
"What did you?" Or I go makeup shopping for them, like I just did for another client. Traveling. I've been doing a lot of that lately. By clients is color matching them, going shopping for them, and
Yeah.
lately been loving how they're able to achieve their own look on their
Mm-hmm.
own. It's all about the technique and learning something new. Because
Yeah.
everything to me is fixable
Mm-hmm.
and buildable.
Yep.
And you do it only if you know what you're supposed to do. And us makeup artists, we're out there to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary offers one-on-one. I do. There's just so much you can learn about doing your own beauty. You're not gonna always need a makeup artist, but you should always be able to do your own makeup.
Yeah, and then also too, I mean, being a licensed esthetician, I educate them on how to take care of your skin, because a lot of
Mhm.
times it's not always about makeup. They're like, "Hey, what's the best thing I could use to get rid of acne? What's the best thing that I could use for my dry skin?" It's important for me to educate them so that they can know how to take care of their skin, so that when they do put on makeup, it comes out a little bit better than they expected.
It's the look that they're going for.
Right. Yeah. Because before makeup looks flawless, you got to make sure your skin is on point.
Agree. So we've come to our hot topic round.
Okay.
So my hot topic question for you this evening is, I noticed in just like in our makeup field, a lot of people came in there. You have been in there 8, outside been in there 9, really 8 because I quit 1 year. But I've noticed that everything that is popular, everybody jump on it every year.
Mhm.
And about 6 years, 5 years ago, I noticed that a lot of people came into the makeup artistry field. And
Yes.
what do you think about that? Because a lot of them are not around anymore.
See, I'm glad that you brought that up, because I've been noticing so many different trends. And sometimes as an artist, you're like, okay, should I try this trend? Should I try that trend? But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, let me stay true to who I am. Because if you change so much and just hop on every trend, in the next year or two, when that trend is gone, like, is your makeup still going to stand the test of time? Are you still gonna have that look that is going to be classic, 5 years ago or 5 years from now? So trends, I don't really like to hop on trends, but I have noticed that a lot of makeup artists, came up out of nowhere, um, did a couple of things, and then you don't see them anymore. And I think maybe they got into it for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
Maybe because they felt like, okay, well, maybe this will make me go viral. This
And this,
will, make me
and it's
more
not a
popular. Yeah,
mhm.
but if they are no longer here, it wasn't for them, truly. It wasn't a passion for them. Just like you and I, even if you quit, even if, we have slow times, at the end of the day, you know that it's a passion for you. This is a God
Yeah.
given talent for you. And the same thing for me. I'm not going anywhere. Even if it's slow, even if I stop for a couple of months, at the end of the day, makeup is still in here, and it's always going to be in here. So if I'm not physically doing it, I'll probably mentor, or consult or do something beauty related, because that is me.
Good.
Her,
Um,
she.
I feel the same way as you. In closing, I would like you to tell our viewers what is next in store for Hillary. What is next in store for Very Beat, your companies, and everything that you'll be doing.
Well, growth, growth, rebranding. I'm definitely in the process of rebranding. Very Beat Beauty has. I've been in this same, I guess, image for quite some time. So right now I am trying to rebrand myself, rebrand the entire business, and just shoot for different things. I can't really say everything, but it is growth and ownership. I will say that.
Well, I look forward to supporting you in everything that you do. I'm going to link everything here at the bottom of this episode. Be sure to follow the Behind the Beauty podcast here on IG. Also follow us on YouTube at Glamrocs. That is where I'll be posting the full video or interview for today. And I will be linking her candle business. I'll be linking her website. I'll be linking everything that she has to offer. I thank you so much, Hillary, for
Thank
joining me
you
on
so
today.
much.
Our viewers for learning more about you, how you got into the business, what you do, how you're so multi-talented,
Yes,
and
thank
for everything that you also give into this beauty industry and for always encouraging other women of color to know, like, hey, you can do this. So I thank you for joining me this evening.
thank you so much for having me. Thank
You
you.
I look forward to supporting you in everything that you do.
Thank you so much, sis. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye.